What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the show. Today, you and I are talking about weight loss, and specifically 3 reasons why, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you diet, no matter how hard you exercise, no matter how low you take your calories, you might still be struggling to lose weight. 3 reasons why in 3 minutes or less, which is why we're calling this a 3x3. Any questions, leave them in the comments. Let's get it. Reason number 1 is the most important and the most overlooked. And it boils down to something that we all logically know, but emotionally is very easy to forget. And every morning when you wake up and step on the scale and you've been great with your nutrition and hit your exercise perfectly and you're expecting to see that lower number, you're hoping to see that lower number because that's how you're associating progress, and the number doesn't go down, or worse yet, it actually goes up, you think you're screwing up, you think you failed, you think that everything is wrong, maybe you need to change your diet, you need to change your exercise, maybe you're destined to stay this way forever. And the truth is, it is normal to not lose weight. You will not lose weight every day, every 2 days, every 3 days, every 2 weeks, maybe even every month. It is a part of being a human. Just because you don't lose weight on the scale does not mean you aren't losing fat. Weight and fat are 2 very different things. So if there's one thing you get from this video, understand this: just because you aren't losing weight on the scale does not mean you aren't losing fat. Remember that, burn it into your head. Now let's get to number 2. Now, no one likes to hear this one, but it's wicked important, and I see it happen so often, is if you're having trouble losing weight, odds are you're eating way more than you think. Now, there are many ways this can happen. The most common scenario I see is people eating perfectly during the work week, every day hitting their nutrition, saying no to going out to dinners, not eating desserts, being really on point, and then on the weekends, more or less either binging or just eating way more than they should be. And what most people don't realize is eating that much on the weekends can completely offset the entire week. So all that hard work, all that effort essentially is to either be neutral or even gain weight over time. So if you're not losing weight as quickly as you want or at all, pay attention to what you're doing on the weekends, because odds are you might be eating more than you think. Reason number 3, most people just don't realize how many small, seemingly insignificant things drastically impact what the scale says. So for example, let's say you had a lot of carbs yesterday, you might weigh more just because your body's holding on to more water, not because you gained fat. Or maybe it's your period. I have women clients who gain up to 7 pounds on their period just because they're bloated. Then once the period's over, they lose all that bloat and they go back to normal. Or maybe you ate more yesterday than usual and you just have more stomach content in you. No one gained a pound or 2 or 3 or 4 of fat in a day, you just have more stomach content inside of you. Or maybe you're weighing yourself on a different scale. That's gonna change how much you weigh. Or maybe you're weighing yourself at different times throughout the day. That's gonna change how much you weigh. Maybe you strength trained really heavy yesterday. That's gonna change how much you weigh because your muscles are gonna hold on to more glycogen. Point being, there are tons of things that can drastically affect what the scale says, far outside of just gaining or losing fat. Instead of focusing on the scale, I want you to focus on how you feel and how you look. The scale's great, it's a good tool, but when it comes down to really being accurate and really the most important measurements, focus on your pictures, focus on your measurements, focus on how when you look at yourself in the mirror, how you feel about yourself, because that is number 1 most important, far more than an arbitrary number on the scale.